Greetings mathematicians. Today we're looking at example 5, simplifying complex fractions using method 2. Method 2 uses the lowest common denominator of all individual fractions in order to eliminate fractions. So I am going to rewrite this problem. The numerator of the big fraction already has fractions, but I do want to change 1 into a fraction, and I want to rewrite w squared minus 9, which is a difference of squares that can be factored into its conjugates, w plus 3 times w minus 3. So let's rewrite the problem. 1 over w plus 3 minus 1 over w minus 3. All of that divided by 1 over 1, divided by 1, plus 9 divided by w plus 3 times w minus 3. So the LCD is going to be this w plus 3 times w minus 3. Here it's just w plus 3, here it's just w minus 3. The LCD by definition is the product of all unique factors, where each factor is raised to the highest power it shows in any denominator. Well, everything's raised to the first power, so our LCD is going to be w plus 3 times w minus 3. So that is what needs to be multiplied to all fractions. So that's going to show up as w plus 3 times w minus 3. Let's put these fractions here. Alright, so let's change that, because that's going to be w plus 3 times w minus 3, and then all of that is multiplied by the numerator. So we'll put that in a bigger parentheses here. 1 over w plus 3 minus 1 over w minus 3. Send those fraction bars out. That's all in the numerator. And then same thing, w plus 3 times w minus 3. That is going to get multiplied to everything in the denominator. So 1 over 1 plus 9 over w plus 3 times w minus 3. And that should take care of everything there. So this is going to be distributive property. It's both of these things times this term, both of these things times that term. And when we expand it out, you'll see what's going to simplify. So let's go ahead and start expanding that out. So I'm going to write a little bit smaller. W plus 3 times w minus 3 times 1 over w plus 3. That takes care of the first term. Minus sign. W plus 3 times w minus 3 times the second term, 1 over w minus 3. And that takes care of the numerator, and the denominator w plus 3 times w minus 3 times 1 over 1, and then bring the plus sign. W plus 3 times w minus 3 times 9 divided by w plus 3 times w minus 3. So, and I'm writing small because it is going to be, well, that's going to be there, and that's going to be parentheses there. A lot of things are actually going to be simplified. So let's look at the top part here. This w plus 3, and then divided by the w plus 3 here, or w plus 3 times 1 over w plus 3 is going to be 1. So this simplifies to 1 over 1. What you really have is w minus 3 times 1, which is w minus 3. Bring the minus sign down. Well, and I'm going to put that in parentheses because now I have something, a factor minus, and then over here, the w minus 3 divided by the w minus 3, that's going to be 1 over 1. So what I really have is w plus 3 times 1. So there's my w plus 3 over here. And then I have in the denominator w plus 3 times w minus 3 times 1 is just w plus 3 times w plus, minus 3. And then I'm going to add to that w plus 3 divided by the w plus 3 is 1 over 1. W minus 3 divided by this W minus 3 is simplified as 1 over 1. What I really have is 9. So that's going to give me W plus 3 times W minus 3 plus 9. So I actually have to simplify all of this stuff here. So let's take care of that. W minus 3 minus W plus 3. This numerator is going to be W minus 3, and I am subtracting W, but I'm also subtracting 3, because I'm subtracting W, subtracting 3. So W minus 3 minus W minus 3 is going to be in the numerator. And here in the denominator, remember this is a difference of squares, so this is W squared minus 9. So what I have, when I multiply these two, it's W squared minus 9, but then I also have plus 9. So all of this is going to simplify further. Let's start with the numerator. W minus W is 0, and negative 3 minus 3 is equal to negative 6 in the numerator. W squared minus 9 plus 9, well, minus 9 plus 9 is 0, and so what we really have is W squared. And that is the answer for example 5 for using method number 2. Negative 6 divided by W squared.